Stop for a moment and be honest with yourself. Do you feel that irresistible urge, every few hours, that knock from within, demanding that you eat something? It doesn't matter what, a piece of cake, a sugary drink, a few chips, as long as it's eating. Have you ever wondered why you can't just wait for the next meal without feeling restless, irritable, or even angry? If the answer is yes, then this message is an urgent warning for you. You may be bound by an invisible chain, a form of addiction that is the most sophisticated and dangerous in our modern society. It's not alcohol, it's not cigarettes, and it's not gambling. It's the addiction that comes from the very things you put in your mouth every single day. And in this video, I will not only expose this hidden enemy, but also give you the biological key to break the chains and reclaim control of your body. Watch until the end, because your health in the next 10 years might just depend on what you're about to hear. Welcome to my podcast. Before we jump in, take a second to like and subscribe if you're into this kind of content. Hope you're having a chill weekend. Now let's get right into today's topic. To understand why constant eating is so devastating, we need to go back in time, back to the original blueprint of the human body. Our bodies evolved over hundreds of thousands of years under conditions where food was not always available. It was perfectly designed for a cycle, feast and fast. Let's look at how this magnificent biological machine works when we respect its design. Stage 1. The meal. Refueling. 0 to 4 hours after eating. When you eat, especially carbohydrates, the glucose in your blood rises. To protect your body from this high sugar level, your pancreas releases a critical hormone, insulin. Think of insulin as a diligent warehouse manager. His job is to clear sugar from the bloodstream and put it into storage. First destination, the liver. Insulin converts glucose into glycogen and stores it in the liver. This is the most easily accessible energy store. Second destination, the muscles. Excess glycogen is then stored in your muscles. Final destination, fat. When the liver and muscle stores are full, our warehouse manager insulin converts all remaining glucose into fat and stores it in our fat tissue. This is the long-term reserve. Stage 2, the post-absorptive phase, burning sugar, 4 to 12 hours after eating. A few hours after your meal with no new energy coming in, your body begins to use the glucose in the blood and the glycogen from the muscles for its activities. Insulin levels start to fall. This is a crucial signal. Stage 3, the glycogen bridge, drawing from the liver, 12 to 18 hours after eating. When muscle glycogen runs low, the body signals the liver. The liver begins to break down its stored glycogen, releasing glucose into the blood to keep your brain and vital organs running smoothly. You don't feel hungry or tired at all because your body is using the exact reserve fuel it was designed to use. Stage 4, the metabolic switch, activating fat burning mode. After 18 hours. This is where the magic happens. When the liver's glycogen stores are depleted, the body faces a choice. Where do I get energy now? And it flips a miraculous metabolic switch. It begins the process of lipolysis or fat burning. Our warehouse manager, insulin, is now off duty. Insulin levels are very low. Other hormones like glucagon and adrenaline take over, signaling fat cells to release fatty acids into the bloodstream. These fatty acids travel to the liver and are converted into a superfuel called ketones. Your brain loves ketones. This is precisely why our bodies store fat. It is a high-grade backup fuel source for times when food is scarce. That is the perfect design. You eat to store, and you fast to burn. We were born to be flexible, fat-burning machines. So what is our problem today? It can be summarized in one sentence. We never give our warehouse manager, insulin, a break. Breakfast at 7 a.m., a snack at 10 a.m., lunch at 12 p.m., afternoon tea at 3 p.m., dinner at 7 p.m., a bedtime snack at 9 p.m. Every single time you eat, no matter how small, you call insulin out to work. As a result, our blood insulin levels are chronically high. We are permanently stuck in stage 1, storage mode. When insulin is constantly knocking on the door of our cells, the cells start to get tired. They become deaf to insulin signal. This phenomenon is called insulin resistance. It's like being in a noisy room for too long. Eventually, you start to ignore the noise. As the cells become resistant, the pancreas has to work even harder, pumping out more and more insulin to try and get the job done. This creates a vicious cycle. Constantly high insulin keeps you in fat storage mode. Fat storage and insulin resistance make you hungrier and crave more sugar. You eat more frequently, which drives your insulin even higher. The consequence, you never get a chance to flip the metabolic switch to fat burning mode. Your fat stores become a one-way street, deposits only, no withdrawals. This is the root cause of obesity, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and many of the cardiovascular conditions I treat in my clinic every day. I know what I've just said might sound daunting, but the good news is you can absolutely reverse this condition. However, many people make the mistake of jumping straight into fasting, fixing when you eat, while still eating the wrong foods. This leads to withdrawal symptoms, fatigue, and ultimately failure. The golden rule is this: change the quality of your food first, then change the frequency of your eating. You have to break the addiction before you can start the journey. So what should you eat? I'm not going to give you a complicated meal plan. Instead, I want you to follow Dr. Thomas's food philosophy with 4 simple rules. Rule number 1, the ancestor test. Look at these 2 items, a sweet potato and a bag of chips. If your great-grandmother from 100 years ago came back, would she recognize this as food? The sweet potato, absolutely. This bag of chips? Definitely not. If your ancestors wouldn't recognize it as food, your body won't either. Eat things that look like they're supposed to in nature. Rule number 2, the expiration rule. Real food spoils. That's a feature, not a bug. This apple will bruise and go bad in a few weeks. This box of cookies can last on a shelf for months, even years. The longer the shelf life of the food, the shorter your life may be. Prioritize things that will rot. Rule number 3, the barcode warning. This is a great rule I learned. Treat a barcode not as a checkout tool, but as a warning label. A product with a barcode has usually been through a factory. It has been altered, with additives and preservatives mixed in. Not all are bad, but it is a sign to be suspicious. Rule number 4, the ingredient list litmus test. If a product has an ingredient list longer than 5 items, put it down. If it has ingredients you can't pronounce, don't eat it. Your body was not designed to digest chemicals from a lab. Focus on whole foods, meat, fish, eggs, all kinds of vegetables, nuts, and seeds. A sad study found that nearly 60% of the calories modern people consume come from processed and ultra-processed foods. Your goal is to get that number as low as possible. Now, as a cardiologist, I know many of you are asking, but doctor, what about red meat? What about the cholesterol in eggs? This is where we need to update our knowledge. For many years, I myself believed that red meat and saturated fat were the enemy. But the newest and most comprehensive studies show the story is far more complex. On red meat, the problem isn't the cow, but what the cow ate. A cow raised in a factory farm and fed grains, like corn and soy, will have meat that is very high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are pro-inflammatory. In contrast, a cow that is pasture-raised and eats grass will have meat that is higher in omega-3s, anti-inflammatory, and healthy saturated fats. There's a powerful saying, you are what you eat, and you are what your food ate. So if you choose to eat meat, choose quality grass-fed meat whenever possible. On eggs and cholesterol, the fear of cholesterol in eggs is one of the greatest nutritional myths of the 20th century. Here's the truth. The dietary cholesterol you eat from food, like egg yolks, has very little impact on the cholesterol levels in your blood for most people. About 80% of the cholesterol in your body is made by your own liver. Your liver regulates this production. When you eat more cholesterol, your liver produces less, and vice versa. So I tell my patients, go ahead and have 2 eggs for breakfast. Just get rid of the toast and maybe have some avocado instead. Eggs are one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. On chicken and fish, similarly, choose organic, free-range chicken. For fish, prioritize smaller, wild-caught fish to avoid heavy metal contamination. Build your meals around high-quality protein and healthy fats. They will keep you full, stabilize your blood sugar, and most importantly, they don't trigger that addictive dopamine rush like refined carbohydrates do. We've learned the truth. The real enemy isn't fat or calories. It's the constant urge to eat, driven by dopamine and high insulin. The key isn't strict dieting, but one simple rule: eat real food. This isn't deprivation, it's freedom. Freedom from hunger, crashes, and lost energy. Starting today, pick one processed food in your kitchen to cut out: soda, instant noodles, cookies, and share it in the comments. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.